Okay, greetings all. This video you're going to see now is probably me at the peak of my powers. Not necessarily lifting weights, but with calisthenics at the moment and moving and transferring your own body weight. And yeah, for people that's not lifting weights, it's a bit more of an impressive thing, I think. Obviously, you don't actually realise what the weight that is being pushed if you don't lift weights, but with this you can sort of see me transferring my weight in distribution over and all these sort of things, and yeah, it's a little bit more impressive. But yeah, I wanted to sort of mention about the how precious people are, and they almost thrive on a negative energy, you know, and it's a bit of a touchy subject, and I don't know how it will be perceived or portrayed, you know, but it is what it is, you know. People look for this negative energy in the world, and say for example, beginning of the year there was a terrorist attack up in Manchester, and yeah, it's fucking terrible, you know. It's fucking, people have actually come over into this country, attacked the nation, and actually killed people that live here, you know. And fucking hell, you know, if you're a family member, if that's your, you know what I mean, if that's your mum or your daughter or your dad, you know, it's the amount of pent up anger and frustration which you probably have for the rest of your life, and probably think of every single day of the rest of your life as well now, you know. It's unfathomable, you know. It really is unfathomable. But yeah, with that you get people that sort of go on Twitter, like Man United footballers for example, and they sort of send their condolences and all that sort of stuff, which is nice, you know, because they're playing for Manchester and it's happened in Manchester, and I get that, you know. It's a nice touch. But watching the game of football which Man United was involved in, I think it might have been that night or that weekend or whatever, but when you've actually got the commentators saying, oh, and how do you think this is actually going to affect the Man United footballers? And I'm thinking, well, unless they've got direct ties to someone that's actually died, or obviously someone that's in mourning, why the fuck would it affect them, you know? Even taking the money out of the equation, obviously they're multi-billionaires, but like the amount of football that is awash, the amount of money that is awash in the game at the moment, but it don't fucking affect them, does it? It shouldn't affect them for kicking a football around, you know. It's a game of football, and like I said, unless there's direct ties, it's like a real daft sort of negative energy that's been portrayed, you know, and I just don't get it. Say for example, like George Michael, he died beginning of the year, I think it was, and obviously he had a few demons and whatever, and he might have been a drug overdose, who knows. But yeah, it's sad that he died, you know, but guess what, he ain't the only one that's going to die. You know, we're all in that fucking queue, you know. And the amount of negative energy or people wanted from it, for like putting things on Facebook like R.I.P. George, we'll be thinking of you, and you don't know the guy, you've never fucking known the guy, you've never spoke to the guy, all you know, he's not been in the public eye for 10 or 15 years, you know what I mean. I mean, most people probably didn't even realise that he wasn't still alive, you know. It's just so, and then people jump on this bandwagon for negative energy, so yeah, I'm not with it. See you in the next one.